Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Finally back. It's been a little bit. I got a lot of hours in at work, so haven't had much time to get to anything. But finally got a little bit of time this weekend. Um, we're gonna focus on the grill and the front splitter on this Mustang. I wanted to go with a little bit more of an open bottom here. In the EcoBoost lower grill, they have this open. I think I'm gonna cut these out too, just so it's open all the way. But because like the stock one is halfway up, so I'm gonna just get rid of this because it'll go with the I think the upper grill a little bit better with the Roush grill. And then we have the belly pan for the performance pack to match up with the lower splitter. Okay. So what I did here is I drilled holes in the tops just to get a close reference so I know where to stop. And I'm just going to cut from the back and stay within. I might add one in the center. And I'm going to use this tool here and just cut that piece out. I had to cut a little bit here too, because these support brackets actually go to this new plate that goes on here, which gets mounted like this with the lip backwards. And the brackets are going to go from here and support these two here so it doesn't fold down in the wind. So I'm just gonna I'll cut this out. Like I said, I might add like this one here, just one in the center for reference, so I can cut straighter. Okay, so it was not bad at all. I got that all opened up. I can touch it up slightly with a Dremel, just get these little bit off of there. I could actually do it once it's mounted, but it worked pretty good to locate it, to drill out, or to cut out, to putting those holes right on the edges here. So the only other piece I'm going to have to cut is the slot for the tow hook, which is going to be over here. So that was pretty simple too, and I can actually do the exact cut on that one when I can measure it and put it in the exact same spot. I can probably set it right over this one. But we can continue. I'm going to take the front bumper off. Biggest thing when you put these new grills in, you just want to make sure that every one of these is snapped in, or else it won't fit flush around the outside. So I got the upper and lower. I got the notch cut out for the tow hook. And I just got to put this middle brace piece back in, and it can go back on. So here's a cool thing about this splitter, because it comes with these brackets, like I showed before with this crossbar, and we will talk about clearance, but this gives you reinforcement on this bumper, so it's pretty sturdy. And so clearance, so with this tow hook, that just clears everything. So when I said before, when you modify stuff and then something don't fit later, but this fit, the other side's not even a problem. And I was worried about this before I put it in, but we have enough clearance underneath there too. So I'm pretty happy with this setup because it does, like I said, reinforce the bumper. So we're getting there. I'm gonna put the splitter on now. Let me show you something else here. These holes here, the way I did it is you have the piece up in here with the two bolts. I took that block out. I put the block in the holes on the upper part with the little bracket that you add. You see that little L bracket? And then I drilled with a drill going towards the tire. And then that way, this you could have pressed up against there and the hole will line up perfect. So when you drill the larger hole, it lines up. There's a template they give you because you have to drill out holes for that pan there. And I was like, what do you need it for? But now it adds screws here and here to support. So it all, that piece there is going to tie it all together. So I was thinking, what did you need to do that for? But now I see. So now I'm going to bolt this up first. And I'm going to put the belly pin on last, but we can get this back on. All right, so I got it all done. There's the old pan. There's the new one. So now all of these screws, along with these screws, are tied in with that splitter to help give it some rigidity. So I think the whole bumper is going to rip off before that. These side pieces here, I got some really thick push pins holding it. I cut this little window out because air is supposed to flow now through this opening. That threaded in no problem. I added this one on each side. So I drilled a hole through the bottom, through this side piece and that, and put one of those clips in there so I can put another screw in here. That keeps this, because the only thing I didn't like is just these push pins are going to hold this. But now you got this screw here holding it, so it ain't going to go nowhere. Well, in case you hit something and rip it off, but same thing over here. Cut that. I went too far on that one. I decided to drill a new hole for that push pin. But this thing seems really solid. I added the little tabs. There's 4 that are here stock, but I had to put the threaded clips in there to put these screws in. And then 2 new push pins here. I just have a kit that's got it. Those did not come with it. But it's all looks like a one solid unit. So I'm going to get the tires on it. The only thing, the emblem adhesive is not really working that good. It popped off. I don't know if I want to add some really strong glue or what to get this to stick. Let's see. I don't think it's too cold. But yeah, when we get the tires on it, I'll bring it down. And oh yeah, what I was saying is I gotta put the hood pin cables on it. So that's all I gotta do. So I'm gonna put the wheels on, get it lower to the ground, and we will finish that up. All right, I got it all done. Just put some new pop rivets in here for these. But as you can see now, just really good looking, like airflow is going to be going through here. Just minus this section, but that's a lot better than it was. And I think it, the bottom grill is the best I could do to match it. This is almost all the way down. It's not quite sitting down off the lift. It's just barely touching, but the suspension hasn't settled anyway, so there's plenty of clearance. It's going to go down a little bit, but I do kind of like the side flares. They're just flush with the tire. to sum it up, it's not that bad. It's not really that hard. I think it would be a pain in the ass on the ground. But all in all, it wasn't very difficult, and everything lined up very well. The template took, about 10 minutes to cut that thing out. And, you just tape it right on the back edges, and I can show you that. You set that template, you're going to set it on this edge, so as far back as possible, and then just ride this line, and then you just drill your holes around. It wasn't that bad. Everything lined up. If it was off by like a half a hole, but it's plastic, so it's easy to line up, like to get started. There's plenty of leftover clips, like I said, to get these in there, and so everything that's supposed to hold this is there. And I added, like I said, screws here for these end pieces to give it some more rigidity, I guess, in the wind. But I really like that it has those braces because it's very solid. Like I said, the whole bumper is going to rip off before the splitter itself just comes off. And I do kind of like these on the side. But no, all in all, it was not that bad. And as you can see there's a whole lot of open space here. For this winter, that was one of the things I wanted to do. I'll show you what else I'm going to do here. I have these pipes here, as you see it next down to like 2 1/4. They're complete 3-inch. It's going to have a slight taper to 2 1/2, and then continue out the back. So this section, this pipe's going to get replaced, both sides obviously, and this section will be cut out and reconnected to here. And the next thing will be the rear axle. This is getting a 331 with a true track and the Ford Performance rear half shafts. I have GT 350s now, didn't really have a problem, but this should make it so I never have a problem. That's all I got for today. Please hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll catch you on the next one.